And I'm pleased to be joined now by Jacksonville's Sheriff T.K. Sheriff, thank you so much for being here. I know you spoke with President Biden. What was his message, and what did the two of you talk about?
Well, one, he was very supportive of our community. And basically, some of the things he said just then in that clip, how there's no place for hate. And I agree 100%. There's no place for hate in our community and any community in this country.
So what have you learned at this point in your investigation about the gunman, and what is the status of your investigation at this point?
Well, you know, an investigation like this, when you have something so sudden happen and so tragic, you have to start from the end of that event and move backwards. So we're moving backwards, and we've uncovered some more things that we're going to share with our community in an hour or so. I think it's very important for us to know about. And listen, I don't want to talk about him too much. I do know that he was a racist. He did not like people of color. He didn't like black people. He did not. That was very, very clear in his writings. It was a diary of a madman who, I won't give him mental illness, maybe, but I'll say he calculated what he wanted to do and he carried it out in our city.
So to that end, do you have any idea why he chose to stop at Edward Waters University first? And did he have any connection to the school?
Well, there's some more information coming out, so I would hold on to that thought of Edward Waters University first. We're gonna release some more information here, and like I said, in about an hour or so to our community to explain his movements that day.
Okay, so let's talk about the shooter prior to all of this. He was temporarily restrained under the Baker Act, but then was still able to purchase a gun legally. I know you were frustrated by the fact that he was able to purchase that gun legally. What does Florida need to do? Should it expand its red flag laws to prevent something like this from happening?
Well, in 2017, he was a 15-year-old juvenile, which adds a whole nother layer of protections for people. But I'll say this, he went in under a 72-hour observation. He was not declared mentally ill. Well, from what we have, from the information we were able to gather, the gun dealers were able to do the proper checks from everything we've seen. He was able to purchase the guns illegally, but he used an object to conduct an evil act in our community. And we just don't know why he did it, other than he didn't like a certain group of people, and that was black people.
I want to play for you what Senator Tim Scott had to say about the shooting in Jacksonville. Take a listen.
We saw 3 African Americans die because of the color of their skin over the weekend. That's devastating. We obviously released a statement, but more importantly, we released our prayers. We have to combat violence in this country, and specifically racism, when it leads to death, without any question.
And I guess the question I have for you is, given the fact that he was able to purchase this gun legally, just walk into a convenience store, I mean, how do you prevent this kind of violence? What resources do you need?
Oh, the investigative process is long, so you have to be able, this person has to pop up on your radar for us to be able to track and follow, and there has to be something there outside of a 15-year-old that was submitted into a Baker Act, and we just didn't have that. He purchased those guns illegally. This was an evil man. This was a wicked man who did something with a gun that, you know, quite frankly, it's very difficult to stop if you don't know ahead of time that something like this is going to happen.
Now, we've seen other hate-based shootings in places like Buffalo, New York, Pittsburgh, El Paso. Have you been able to speak to any of those officials from those communities about how they've handled these kind of incidents and what you can do to make sure that your community feels safe again?
We have not spoken to any of those communities. What we have done is we've watched. This is my 32nd year in law enforcement. I have a brilliant team of people in this building that we are working constantly on ways to combat this kind of violence, whether it be racial violence, which quite frankly, this was 100% racist, or just regular violence within our community. We are confident in our agency and what we are able to accomplish, and we are confident in our city and the people in this city. And we're going to still work really hard every single day to make sure we can keep our community members safe.
Sheriff, we obviously saw the reaction that Governor DeSantis got at the vigil. Do you think that he's personally done enough to address gun violence, and in particular race-based hate crimes in your community?
I think the governor's responsibility is to govern this state. It's a sheriff's responsibility to govern a city or to deal with safety in the city. He gives us in our legislature, in our governors, in our the folks in our local governments give us the tools in place to be able to fight that. So I would say Governor DeSantis is very supportive. He's done the things that he's needed to do for us. I do know that this morning he announced some money to some of our communities and some of the families. It's our job as law enforcement officials to handle law enforcement issues, and we are going to continue to do that and work that.
Okay. Well, Sheriff Waters, you have a monumental task in front of you as this investigation unfolds, and then the future challenges you have keeping your community safe. We appreciate you taking the time, and we'll look forward to that information you say that you're going to release here in the next hour or so. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.